Wake up, West Georgia. It's time for the podcast powered by Coffee and Mountain Dew. The Morning Five with Bryce Sparling and Billy Lindahl.
Fat, drunk, and stupid is no way to go through life, son.
The holiday hoobie wuddy.
That's the only time in your life you're going to hear short is better than long.
Bigger package.
Your brain has the shell on it.
You eat pieces for breakfast?
We got some hardwood.
Collegiate?
I don't know how long this is going to last.
Good morning, West Georgia. It is Wednesday, February 16th. It is National Almond Day, Bryce.
I love almonds. This is a great day. It's my favorite snack.
Here's the thing. The first thing I think of when I think of almonds is the line from I just blanked on the freaking show. But talking about almond milk with Ashton Kutcher, he's like, "Oh, it's healthier." He's like, "Show me the tit on an almond."
Is that the Two Men and a Kid show that had a Charlie Sheen on it? Is that what you're talking about?
No,
I don't know.
It was a Netflix show that had Ashton Kutcher and
it was the one with Sam Elliott, The Ranch.
Yes, Sam Elliott. Yeah. Yes, yeah.
The one where they took a perfectly good show and slapped this laugh track over the top of it to apparently try to convince people that was funny. That one.
Yep,
that show was terrible. Almonds are great though, and if you like almonds, try the wasabi-covered soy sauce almonds that they sell. They're fantastic. Yeah, I order a 10-pound bag from Amazon all the time, and they're gone within like 3 days. They're amazing.
Dear Lord, 3 days?
Oh yeah, I love almonds, man. That's what I eat when I'm working. That's my snack food, and it's pure protein. Get you jacked.
Coming up, we have another team who has won a region championship for the first time in program history. The Braves are giving you more ways to be able to enjoy the TP, and the debate over the Stafford Ryan Hall of Fame dispute ends here. But first, the Hawks beat the Cavs last night, 124-116.
Yeah, good job, Hawks.
Trae Young, 41 points, 3 rebounds, 9 assists, had a game. Gallo had 25 points. Bogey had 10 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, 4 steals. He had 4 steals, and the team had 10 total. And Hunter had 18 points. Bryce, your key to the game was that, Clint Capella and Double O needed to basically man up on the boards, right?
That was one of them. You are correcto. They didn't really do that. They didn't really do that.
The two of them.
So when the Trae over 30, that's a standing key to victory. They did that check. And the other key to victory I had was both Bogey and Gallo. I really wanted both of them to go over, I believe it was 18. Yeah, Bogey and Kayvon, or Bogey and Gallo, just any key role players both needed to be over 18 points to make up for John's loss. And that's a combined 36 points right there you wanted from your role players. And you got 35. And you got 7 rebounds, 3 assists, and you got Bogey with 4 steals, which was a career high, plus Hunter with 18. So your role players really stepped up when they needed to in this Cavs game, and that's the 41 by Trae is huge, but the reason you won this is because your role players stepped up and really helped out with scoring.
Yeah, and the defensive side of the ball was really impressive for the Hawks, keeping them. I know it doesn't seem much, but 116 for the Cavs. It's the fact that the Hawks had 124 and the Cavs were under that. I'm impressed.
Good,
because
agreed. You want situational defense, and the Hawks played good situational defense.
The Hawks connected on at least 10 threes in 15 straight home games to tie the longest streak in franchise history. Bryce, that's nuts.
That's amazing. And speaking of threes, Trae Young with his first triple of the night last night. Trae Young tied Jason Terry for the 4th on the Hawks' all-time three-pointer list at 648.
Jason Terry was pretty good Hawk for a while.
He was good. He was okay. Yeah, he was all right. I've been on record, and I'll say on record, Trae Young will go down as the greatest Hawk of all time.
Even over
Neek. Yeah.
Wow.
Because it's. I can do a whole podcast on how much I love Neek and the fact that he came back to call games and to help out the Hawks franchise when he shouldn't have, the way we treated him, or the way the Hawks franchise treated him on the way out. I think Trey will go down as the greatest Hawk of all time.
Trae Young also, when he poured in 41 points, it was his first 21st 40-point outing of his career. Young tied Kevin Durant for the 7th most games by any player under the age of 24 in NBA history.
So Trey last week tied a record with Magic Johnson, and this week tied a record with Kevin Durant. So that's where he's at. That's where Trae Young's at in his career right now.
Last night, the Hawks jumped on a plane and headed down to Florida. They face Orlando tonight. The Magic are 13-46.
And if the Hawks were playing any other team than the Magic, I would probably tell you to bet on the opposing team because of back-to-back. With one of them being an away game, it was really hard. But the Magic are absolutely horrible, and they're tanking to try to get a 1 or 2 pick. So should look good tonight.
All right, let's get to the Braves. The Braves did something that no other MLB team has done. They have joined the
Win
Metaverse.
a World Series last year?
Oh, yes, we did. It still puts a smile on my face and chills all over my body.
That's right.
Buddy.
Nobody else did it. We did it. Rip the All-Star game away from us. We don't care. We'll win the freaking World Series.
The Braves joined the Metaverse. And for those of you that don't know what the Metaverse is, it's basically a virtual world that Facebook or Meta is creating. They are creating a digital Truist Park. And I'm here for it, man. I really am. And part of the reason I'm here for it is because the fact that, it doesn't seem like that long for us, but I mean, it's about an hour drive to get up to the TP and parking and all that kind of jazz. To be able to sit at home and enjoy the TP from your house sounds pretty good to me, man.
So I've been on this train for a long time. In 20 years, I believe going to the ballpark to watch games will be something of the past. I think the at-home experience with HD TV is getting so good that it'll be the norm when a game starts for you to put on a VR headset and to get to your virtual seat. You will be able to watch the game live from any perspective that you want, and you'll buy tickets to your virtual seat just like you will real seats. I think that's the future in the next 20 years. I, for one, still will be going to the stadium and watching games and stuff like that. Where I see this being a home run for the Braves, if you take the situation I was talking about with the VR headset and being in the Braves metaverse, going to the TP in VR, where I think this is amazing is my grandmother's a huge Braves fan, and she's not able to make it to the games. She's just physically unable to get to the games. Think of the experience a lot of these people can have that can't leave their homes, that might be disabled or they have some sort of health concern where they can't get out of their homes, or the elderly that have grown up and love the Braves and have seen them flourish.
Or let's think about all the Braves fans that are across the nation, because Braves, and a lot of people don't, especially younger kids, don't understand just how big and how strong the stretch of TBS was. The fact that, the Braves were on TV on TBS pretty much every night, and that was nationwide. So that created Braves fans literally nationwide. So those Braves fans that are in Montana, or, New York, Maine, it doesn't matter. They could do the same thing your grandmother's doing in South Georgia and able to do that from their spots too.
And then think about all the people we have deployed overseas, all of our military men and women that are over there fighting for our freedom. How cool would that be for them to slap on a headset in their downtime and be able to sit in the TP and watch the Braves take on the Mets or the Marlins or the Yankees or the Red Sox? I really, that is where I love this idea, is giving people an opportunity to go to the TP, to sit and watch a game that otherwise wouldn't be able to do it. I still want to go to the games. I still want to listen and hear and watch and smell and everything that takes place at a ball game. But I I think the people that are physically unable to do it, or the people that are just geographically unable to do it, I think this is where it's a home run for the Braves, in my opinion.
I agree. And kudos to the Braves for jumping on it. And apparently did you know and I found this out yesterday or Sunday, did you know the only fast food restaurant that is available in the metaverse right now?
Fast food restaurant?
Yes. McDonald's signed a deal with Metaverse, or with Meta, and they are the only ones, and you can actually order it from the metaverse and it'll be delivered to your house.
Yeah, that's stupid. I'll go ahead and hop on. That's the Braves metaverse idea. Fantastic.
Look,
I love it. The McDonald's metaverse thing, that's stupid.
Make that money. All right. There's been a lot of crap going around on social media. A lot of people are saying that Matt Stafford is a Hall of Famer. There's definitely arguments for it, okay? And I can't argue against it too much, but for the most part, I can argue against it only because if you think Matt Stafford is a Hall of Famer, then all those people that hate on Matt Ryan need to understand that Matt Ryan's a Hall of Famer too.
Well, I don't know about that. I mean, what's the most important thing to do in the NFL?
It's win a championship. But if winning
That's
a
right.
championship...
Nope,
wait,
you could have stopped right there.
No.
Yep.
No. Matt Ryan had the lead the last time he touched the ball in the Super Bowl, and it wasn't his fault that the Falcons lost the Super Bowl. I promise you that.
Did he win a championship? That's what I thought. Was it Matt Stafford's fault that he was in a cursed franchise his entire career? The Detroit Lions are a piece of crap that will never win anything until they pay Calvin Johnson his money? No, that wasn't Stafford's fault. But if you don't win a championship, then your numbers have to be otherworldly compared to your peers, like Dan Marino's were, to get into the Hall of Fame.
Okay.
I mean, let's look at mystery quarterback number 1 and compare his stats with Stafford and Matt Ryan. Stafford, almost 50,000 passing yards. Ryan, almost 60,000 passing yards. Stafford, 323 touchdowns. Ryan, 367. About the same on interceptions. 161 for Stafford, 170 for Matt Ryan. About the same passer rating. 91 for Stafford, 94 for Ryan. 4 Pro Bowls for Ryan, 1 MVP.
And by the way, Matt Ryan was drafted a year before Stafford. So that's one extra year for Matt. But
Right. But, I mean, they've both been in the league 13, 14 years, so.
Right.
You know. And Stafford has 1 Pro Bowl, no MVPs, 1 Super Bowl victory. He's a Super Bowl champion. Mystery quarterback number 1. 55,000 yards, so less than Matt Ryan, a little bit more than Stafford. 449 touchdowns, quite a bit more than either one of those guys. 104 quarterback rating, quite a bit more. 10 Pro Bowls, 4 MVPs. Neither one of these mystery quarterbacks are in the Hall of Fame. Mystery quarterback number 2, 57,000 yards passing, less than Ryan, more than Stafford. 366 passing yards, about the same as Matt Ryan, but 244 interceptions, quite a bit more than Ryan and Stafford. 84 passer rating, 4 Pro Bowls, no MVPs, 2 Super Bowl victories.
And he's probably in this. No. You know what? I'm looking at this mystery quarterback number 2, and I bet you I know who it is.
I bet you know who mystery quarterback number 1 and 2 are. And I can tell you definitively, both of those quarterbacks, Hall of Fame quarterbacks.
If I'm thinking who mystery quarterback number 2 is, I don't think he's
Give me a guess. Who is he?
Eli Manning.
Ding, 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 ding.
And I don't think he's a Hall of Famer.
That's fine. But he is.
Who's mystery quarterback number 1?
That would be Mr. Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you look at Aaron Rodgers' stats, they're not that far off from Matty Stafford. And now Matthew Stafford has 1 Super Bowl, the exact same as Mr. Aaron Rodgers.
And Aaron's been around a lot longer than...
Oh, yeah, Aaron Rodgers is 175 years old. But Aaron Rodgers didn't start the first, 3 seasons of his career?
Yeah.
Something like that. So, I mean, when you look at that and you compare Stafford, Matt Ryan, Aaron Rodgers, and Eli Manning, None of those guys are in the Hall of Fame. 3 of them are still playing. But the thing that sets them apart is the Super Bowl victory. Stafford has 1. Aaron Rodgers has 1. Eli Manning has 2. Matt Ryan will forever be known, whether right or wrong, as being the quarterback at the helm of a Falcons team that choked away the biggest Super Bowl lead in the history of the NFL. That's what he's going to be known for outside of Atlanta.
And the bad thing is for those Atlanta fans, we understand that it wasn't Matt Ryan that did it. That was mostly coaching.
And I completely understand that. And Matt Ryan is Atlanta's best quarterback they've ever had in their franchise. And Matt Ryan is a fantastic quarterback.
Agree.
And you could probably go to 50% of the NFL teams right now, and say, hey, would you like to have Matt Ryan as your starting quarterback over who you have now? And I can guarantee you at least 50% of the teams in the NFL right now would say yes. Yes, I would rather have Matt Ryan than Davis Mills out there in Houston, or Tua Tagovailoa down in Miami. But I don't think he's a Hall of Famer, and I think he's unfortunately going to be remembered for the Super Bowl collapse rather than really a stellar career.
Yeah, I think Matt Ryan eventually, and I know this isn't saying much because it's a different categories, different eras, and all that kind of jazz. Matt Ryan, if you look at the records for NFL quarterbacks, in most of the statistical categories, Matt Ryan will be top 10 by the time he retires. I mean, he's already top 10 in several of them. So and I know it's a different era, all that kind of jazz, but still, by the time he retires, he'll be top 10 quarterback in the history of the NFL. So I think he's a Hall of Famer, regardless of if he wins a championship. I think he goes into the Hall. He should, at least, in my opinion. Stafford, he needs to do a little bit more.
Stafford, if he retired tomorrow, he'd be in the Hall of Fame.
Well, I said we were going to put it to bed. Now we're
Hey, if you're not going to play to be the champion, what the hell's the point of you playing?
Stafford went to a pre-made team, man.
Yeah, so did Tom Brady.
I know, but he still went to a pre-made team.
But nobody was arguing that Tom Brady didn't deserve that Super Bowl last year.
Tom Brady just is the GOAT. And he's not Matt Stafford.
How do you know what Matt Stafford would have been if he was in Tom Brady's situation? Stafford has 1 year away from the crappy Detroit Lions, and he wins a Super Bowl.
Don't get me wrong. Stafford is a damn good dog. He's a hell of a quarterback. I am not taking anything away from him. He's not Tom Brady, and I don't think he's Matt Ryan. I think there's a difference.
You're right. He's better.
All right, let's get to the scores from last night. Bowden beat the Atlanta Symphony Orchestra 94-60.
Let's go. Big win.
Arthur Johnson, 17 points. Colton Drummond, 15. Andrew Hobson, 13. And Cameron Holloway, 10. Big win. They can at least clinch the 3 seed in that region. Haralson County boys fall to Bremen, 62-52. Brody Harper had 35 points.
Have yourself a game, young man. That's impressive.
18 in the first quarter, Bryce.
That's insane.
18 in the first.
That's when you need your stars to step up, is in games like this, knockout games in the region like this, and Brody Harper absolutely did it. 18 points in the first quarter. That is absurd.
Kay Costanzo and Avery Hill both had 8 points. Temple beats the girls. Temple girls beat Bremen 48-46 in overtime, and this was not the best overtime game in the area last night. McKenna Nix, though, 26 points, career high over in Temple. That's huge for her.
Mega game.
She is very young. I think she's a sophomore.
Yeah.
So
I got to see her play a couple times this year, and she is a very impressive basketball player.
Jada Smith had 14 points and was 4 for 4 from the free throw strike. So kudos to them. Carrollton beats East Paulding 74-61 and will clinch a spot into the playoffs. So congratulations to the boys. Game of the night. The region championship in Region 6A. Public. Mount Zion beats Tryon in overtime 50-45. They went, Bryce, and I'm not sure if you were listening to this, their 2 best scorers fouled out of the game with 4 minutes left to go in the game.
Yep.
They went on a 26-6 run after that.
So we got, right when they fouled out, with about the 4-minute mark, we got to American Pie last night to have a little dinner. I had the game on in the background, sort of listening low. I think they were down by 6 or 8 at that point in the fourth quarter with 4 minutes left, or somewhere around there. When they went out, and I said, second place in the region. That's not bad. I kind of hate that for the girls. And we got closer. We got closer. And we got closer. And we got closer. And then we tied it. And then we went to overtime. And then we kept running, and we put Tryon down 6 foot under. And Mount Zion came away with a region championship last night in Armouche. And it was all I could do not to take the little pizza pan thing and just throw it across the room in excitement for the Mount Zion girls. Because the call last night from Matt Skinner and Coach Jetmore had me juiced at American Pie last night. The kids sort of kind of knew what was going on, but I was losing my mind. So happy for this team, so happy for these girls. That comeback with your essentially 2 best scorers sitting on the bench fouled out. I mean, and that one. Oh my God, what? I can't remember the freshman girl's name that shot that shot from the elbow late in the overtime. Got her own rebound and put it up. Crap. I forgot her name, but just a freshman, to have the just ice water in the veins to be able to shoot that shot from the elbow, not be afraid, go up, just lay it up. How you doing? Keep it moving. 5-point region champion victory. It was amazing.
Yeah, it was unreal. You were talking about Matt and Jet losing their mind last night, and I literally had to text Matt. I was like, breathe. You're doing okay. Just breathe. But it was a fun night for sure. And congratulations, the first region championship in program history. Congratulations to Coach Tyler Wright and the rest of the coaching staff and the team. It's just really, really impressive.
Now go win state.
Yeah, let's go.
Take it home.
For some strange freaking reason, Villarica hasn't posted about their games last night.
Boys or girls?
That bugs the crap out of us.
Agreed.
So we're going to move on. I hope they moved on, but, we don't know. We don't know.
Nobody let us know. Can't find it.
If somebody from Villarica could let us know, that would be awesome.
Sandy Spiels doesn't have it, or Kyle Sandy doesn't have it. And if Kyle Sandy doesn't have it, I don't think anybody has it. So
that's hard to believe.
Yeah.
All right, baseball. Bowden lost to Langston Hughes last night, 11-5. Mason Mims was 2 for 3 with an RBI, and Zach McEwen 1 for 4 with an RBI. Bremen beat Cedartown 10-5. Blake Matthews 1 for 4, 2 RBIs. Will Heinman 2 for 3, 2 RBIs. Jonah Hatchett 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs. Carrollton beat North Atlanta 12-6. Andrew Albertus 3 for 4 with an RBI and 2 runs. Cam McClendon 2 for 3 with an RBI and a run. Joe Cooney and Riley Anderson both had 2 RBIs. Jackson Edwards and Luke Turner both had punched in an RBI. Haralson County lost to Villarica 10-9. West Georgia baseball lost to Augusta 6-3. Brody Wortham, Jackson Webb, and Edgar Cruz all with an RBI. Soccer, Carrollton lost to Pebblebrook 2-0. Central beat Callaway, Central tied Callaway and the girls 0-0. Central lost to Callaway 7-1 in the boys. Haralson County, we don't have a score for either one of their soccer matches.
Again, come on, Haralson County. I mean, it's every sport. Give us some scores.
Villarica beat Hiram 4-0 in girls, and then the boys turned around and beat Hiram 8-0. So kudos to Villarica for stomping the crap out of Hiram in soccer. West Georgia softball won and lost to Georgia College 8-5 and then 13-5. Allie Taylor had 4 RBIs in the first game and 2 in the second game. 6 RBIs for the game. The day.
6 RBIs. Yeah. That's huge. We do have some games going on tonight. We have Heard County versus Haralson County girls. That's at 6 p.m. That is at Callaway Region Tournament. Temple plays Callaway. That is the girls at 7:30 at Callaway. That is for the championship, I believe. Correct? Is that the championship or is that the semifinals?
No,
it's the
that's
semifinals.
Semifinals. Yeah.
Semifinals. So Temple girls are 1 win away from going to the championship. They'll face the winner of the Callaway Temple game. Will face the winner of the Heard County Haralson County game. We have a battle of unbeatens tonight in soccer. Bremen is 6-0 and North Paulding is 5-0. This is girls soccer. That is at 5:30. That is in Bremen. So if you're out there, go see some quality women's soccer. And we do have 4 baseball games tonight. Central is at Haralson County at 5:55. That's a weird start time, but baseball does that. We're either gonna go out to Central. We're either gonna go out to Haralson County or gonna go out to Mount Zion. Haven't figured out yet. Heard County is playing at home versus Jackson. That's at 5:30. Mount Zion is at home as well versus Creekside. That is at 5:30. And Temple plays Landmark at 5:30. So we have 4 baseball games, a soccer game, and 2 region tournament basketball games tonight. Billy, are you ready for another cup of coffee?
Yeah, man, I need one for sure.
Me too. The medal count for the USA is up to 19 now. Unfortunately, we did fall to 4th. A Russian figure skater, or I'm sorry, not a Russian figure skater. So that yesterday was the rant about the Russian figure skater taking her grandfather's medicine. Today, my rant is about a Russian speed skater who came across the line after beating the USA and throw up 2 birds, essentially, in the air. He later apologized and said he was not trying to offend anybody. Listen here, Ruski. We've seen Rocky IV. We know all about your how you celebrate and all that stuff. Okay. Listen. Stop doping. Keep your middle fingers down and get the hell out of the Ukraine. All right. That's all I gotta say to the Russian people. All right. That's ridiculous. I didn't mean to offend anybody. My ass, you didn't mean to offend anybody, you jerk. I hope next time we trip him. I hope right off the line we trip him and just get disqualified. He goes sliding into the freaking barriers. But we do have 19 medals, and we did unfortunately slip 2 first. Today, in 1972, Wilt Chamberlain, I can't speak, of the Los Angeles Lakers became the first ever player in NBA history to reach a career of 30,000 rebounds. 30,000 points. He did that during a game where they lost to the Phoenix Suns 110-109. So that is your today in history. Billy, as we all know, the Super Bowl is the biggest TV event in America. It always is the most watched show. This year it had 112.3 million. It was the most watched show in 5 years. So good job in the NFL. Lord. It was a great game, great lead up. Billy, we have the top metros that watched this. Cincinnati obviously was first, Detroit second, then Pittsburgh, Columbus, Kansas City, Milwaukee, Cleveland, Boston, Philly, and a random Jacksonville at 10th, which is, that just struck me as odd, but whatever.
You know what I noticed isn't on here?
What do you notice is not on there, Billy?
Los Angeles.
Bingo! Had a team in the Super Bowl. Doesn't care enough to watch. As much as I hate Colin Cowherd, he's said it for years. LA is a terrible sports town, and it's true. LA is a terrible sports town, and I don't understand why they moved 2 franchises there. You're not going to get diehard fans that are going to spend their life savings on tickets or jerseys or merchandise, and you're not going to get people to tune into games. If you can't get the LA fans to tune into the Super Bowl, do you think they're going to tune in for a Thursday night game between the Rams and the Dolphins, or the Chargers and the Raiders? Maybe the Raiders because they're from LA, but I don't understand why they moved 2 teams to LA, which has been historically a terrible sports town for the NFL. Now the Lakers are entrenched there, so they get a pass. But how can you not be in the top 10 of viewership when you have a team in the Super Bowl? That's absurd. So what we learned from those ratings is the Midwest and Northeast love professional football. For some reason, Jacksonville does. That really baffled me that they were in the top 10, and LA could care less about the Super Bowl.
So I need to read this tweet to you. This was a couple days ago or a day ago from Tyler Matzik, and who is incredible on Twitter.
Tyler Nutsack?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So apparently LeBron sent out a tweet that said, "We, Dodgers, and the Rams should all do a joint parade together with a live concert afterwards to end it. City of Champions. Congrats once again." Tyler Matzik responds, "They do parades for real championships, not bubble ships. Our Ludacris and Big Boy concert was lit as well."
Hey, I will say that we had a better championship celebration, but the Super Bowl halftime in LA much better than the Super Bowl halftime in Atlanta. So we might
absolutely.
We might do parades better, but they do concerts and halftime shows better.
Don't even get me started, because that halftime show in Atlanta could have been
Way better. Way better.
Anyway.
Way better. Yep.
That's it for the Wednesday edition of the Morning Five, brought to you by Marine South. Our thanks again to Marine South for your continued sponsorship and support. We can't thank you enough. But for Bryce, I'm Billy. Enjoy your afternoon and day, and we will talk to you tomorrow, same time, same place.
Shake your neighbors! Just shake them! Shake your neighbors!